Hey guys, this is Mark at Woody Creative. I wanted to give you a quick tour of the locations functionality built into the Quick Check store. We're on the locations page here, and won't get into the results of how you search. Really just want to talk about the back end and how you create or update some of these things. This plugin is this in WordPress. It's called the Store Locator, and we're in the settings version of the Store Locator. Probably should start with maybe here. If you're in the store locator, all stores, you get a list of all the stores. I'll show you some basic information. And of course, you can edit any individual. You can add a new store here, but you can also edit a store right here. There's a nice quick edit feature that doesn't open the entire thing. It just gives you a little peek here, which is really nice for this in particular, being able to add or remove some of these elements here, the categories, because this is how they populate when you search these categories, or if you want to filter those categories. If you're just looking for a cafe and you click that, these are the categories that allow that filtering. So that's one thing you can do. You also, if you're working on one or creating one, you're not ready to publish it, just check this private box, and it'll only be visible to somebody who's a WordPress administrator. It won't show on the front end. So I'm just going to cancel that. But I think I jumped quickly over to here. This is where the store categories that we mentioned are created. I don't know if you're going to have a whole lot of new ones to create, but you can create new ones here. The name is how it appears up here. Let's see, a good example. Safe location is how it appears here. The slug, if I look at the quick edit, is this. So when I type in whatever it is, it's going to automatically create the web version, which is lowercase and no spaces. But this is where you can create them. You can see there are no properties that are using the safe location because we added that as a category, but we don't know how many of them are qualify as safe locations. But you can see, they all have an ATM, or most of them do. Of the 37 or 39, I bet they all have ATMs. So clearly that needs to be looked at. So what you could do is go in here and see which one of these don't show, and you can do a quick edit. You can also highlight all of them, or just a handful of them, like this. You want to just do those four and do an edit. You apply to make them all editable, and you can add or well, not really remove, but you can add a category like that. So that's an easy way to add all the ATMs to that functionality. Okay, so let's look at how you would add a new store. So I'm going to go in here and click on New Store and give that a second. I've got a little sheet over here. So I think we've done the first two. So this one, KC84. I'm just going to copy that street name. So that's the name of the page, KC space 84. Don't use the Divi Builder here, and don't change the layout. The Divi Builder is a visual builder, but it won't really work for this. So the first thing I think you should do is, I'm going to check all these boxes, but I don't know if it really belongs in all of them. I think we already copied the address. So I'm going to pay. Oops, that's the phone number. Let's copy that address, and it's Teresa Springs 78834. Use the TX 78834, and I think that's it for that. So it'll you can come over here and click this preview, and it'll start to read that information, and it even gives you the latitude and longitude. So it found it. Opening hours by default are set in the system to 6 a.m. to 12 a.m. You can change that in the. I'm going to click over here, the settings tab, which is this, and it's down about this far down over here. You can change it, but note that these are the defaults for a new store. So you change the defaults, it doesn't change the existing store hours, but I suspect you might want to change that to whatever. I don't know if they tend to stay open until 2 a.m. or what the standard is, but that's how you would change it. On any individual store, you would actually go into the store page, and you can set individual hours for 24 hours, etc. So the only other thing I think is you've got the phone number listed. So let's grab that. 2434. Paste that in there, and I think that's it. those and right here. So now when I publish this, that KC84 should show up, and I'll let that publish, and we'll do a search for, I can't remember what it was, 7883, no, 4, yeah. So 78834 search, and there's, I think, the one we just created, that number 84 shows up right there. Okay, that's basically it. There's a CSV manager. Let's look at that, where you can import and export. And actually, I think we did. I think we exported this. It looks like this. So you can actually maintain your file, and you should here. And I think we're missing some information, which would be, I'm not sure what it is. Yeah, it might be easier to just create them yourselves and type them in, because it'll put it in the format it needs to be. For example, longitude and latitude will automatically generate. Otherwise, you're going to have to create it yourself in the spreadsheet. But I would say whenever you're going to update it, it's probably a good idea to export this spreadsheet, which you can do right here. You know, you can export your CSV file, and just to keep a local copy in case you do something wrong, or in case you mess it up. And that's pretty much it.